Hello again from the kitchens of the Adirondack Fun with Foods. A lot of times, a lot of my inspirations comes from pop culture. I've done some different foods on some things seen in movies, and every now and then I hear or read something and it makes me think, I want to try that. And so what we're going to do today is based upon one line of lyric of a particular song that you might recognize, and it goes like this.
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
A Vegemite sandwich? What is a Vegemite sandwich? Well, I had to do a little research. I kind of knew what Vegemite was, but I didn't really understand the whole concept of using it on a sandwich. So what we're talking about is this stuff right here, Vegemite, which is a food spread. It's a thick, dark brown food spread made from leftover brewer's yeast, with additional vegetable spices, etc. It was developed in the early 1900s and was sold in stores in 1923. Primarily, it was used as a spread on toast and on biscuits. Apparently, it's very high in vitamin B, so it was determined to be good for you. Now, Vegemite, I couldn't find any Vegemite locally, and I didn't really want to order it. But what I was able to find was the British version of Vegemite, which is known as Marmite. Now, while the two products are slightly different, they're essentially the same thing. They're processed a little bit differently. They're both a yeast paste. They're both high in vitamin B, and they come in a bottle, and they look and smell not really good, that great. So, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to try out this Marmite and see where it goes. Now, let me just talk about a couple other things here. This Marmite Vegemite thing. So, in Britain, it's common to have it on bread, toast, with butter. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to try this stuff on a piece of toast that I've already buttered, so it would melt. And just plain. So what I said was buttered toast. Look at this. This stuff is like axle grease, in all honesty. And you put a thin smear of Marmite on the toast, like that. And that is your breakfast snack. Goes on to talk about you can make it into a savory hot drink. You can use it to enrich casseroles and stews. I would assume kind of like a gravy enrichener. They say it kind of tastes like umami. But anyways, we're going to give it a try to see what it's like. So here we go. Marmite. Extremely salty. Beyond that, it doesn't really have any flavor. It's got a really, really strong, salty aftertaste. I've not had a lot of food with umami in it, so I can't really compare it to that. I think I know what that flavor tastes like, but I don't know why this would be popular. Maybe if you didn't brush your teeth in the morning, you wouldn't notice the difference. And if you were to have a really shitty cup of coffee with this, you might be able to flush it down, but perfectly honest, that's pretty nasty. All right, so moving on. So that's the Marmite. That's the British, and we're going to use the Marmite for both sandwiches, but because I don't have Vegemite. So when on the Australian side of things, it talks about serving it with cheese. It's also oftentimes served as a sandwich with other ingredients such as lettuce, cheese, avocado, and tomatoes. Perfect. There we go. So, 2 slices of buttered toast. We're going to put this thing over here. And we will put a smear of Marmite on both pieces of toast. Now I've got some Australian Old Crock cheddar, which is a really sharp cheddar, which I thought was going to be appropriate for this. We get our Marmite, and we don't want to get cheap here. We want to be able to know that there's still Marmite here. All right. So we've got our Marmite spread now. Set that off to the side. I say we really cheese it. And then we'll add some tomato. And we'll add some lettuce. And you know what? I think we're going to go one step further. We're going to put another. We're going to make this thing thick, so that you can't. So that Marmite disappears. We're going to go one step further with this. Bacon, because we all know bacon makes everything better. So we'll put 3 strips of bacon on there. Fold this thing over. We'll pick it just to keep it together. And give it a cut. Okay. Marmite sandwich. Cheese, bacon, and tomato. It actually looks like a pretty decent sandwich. Nice and thick. All right. Let's give this a whirl. Not a bad looking sandwich. The Marmite is still coming through. That saltiness, but what's coming through a little bit more is the sharp cheddar. That is an extremely sharp cheddar, so that's taking a lot of it away. And then with the cold vegetables, just makes it all the better. And of course, bacon makes everything better. So, I don't know how you feel about this, if anybody around here has had any. It certainly isn't going to be a staple on my breakfast table, but I'm glad I tried it. And you never know. There may be some of you out there that have had it, that have tried it, that like it. Then again, there may not be. But anyways, it was another one of those things, like I said, that I find in pop culture and decide, hey, we'll give it a whirl. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the avocado. You know what? We got to give this thing its due wealth here. So let's, real quickly, take this, we'll do it right here. Do some slices of avocado. And slide that right on there. Right. So now we've got tomato, bacon, avocado, and cheddar. That makes a huge difference. Avocado is definitely the way to go. All right. So there we have it, the Marmite sandwich, with a spin on it, the Australian version of the Vegemite sandwich, from that song where they sing,
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
All right, have a great night. See you again here soon on Adirondack Fun with Foods.